Hello everyone. So let's get started with inventory management. Our first topic for your third exam. So what we'll do for this presentation is we'll first briefly revise the stuff that we covered in our class, okay? And then we'll proceed further to find safety stocks, all right? So everything that you see here, we covered during the first day of our class, all that stuff, all right? So we'll very briefly see all of that, and then we'll come back, or we'll move on to find safety stocks. So we have been working on this example from the book, page 195, example 6.2, right? So go there, read that problem, make yourself familiar with the information that's given in there, okay? The context here is the gift shop sells bird feeders to the customer. We know that's the yearly demand, and of course the gift shop does not make the bird feeders, so they get it from the suppliers, and we want to figure out, well, what should be the order size, okay? Customers are going to buy 96 over the entire year, but do we buy 936 as a single order, right? Things like that, okay? So these are the notations we are going to be using, and I have shown the values that appear in the problem. One thing that I have made up here is lead time. Lead time is not given in the question in the book, okay? We need lead time so that there are other things that we need to work on, okay? So there is no guidance to get started what the order size should be. So for no particular reason, I'm going to start with order size of 40 units. What this means is every time the gift shop places an order with the supplier, they ask for 40 units every time the order is placed, okay? So let's get started with that number. So if your order size is 40, then first let's find how many times we would place an order, okay? So over the entire year, you know that you are going to need 936 products, and every time you place an order, you ask for 40. So essentially you will be placing order these many times over the entire year, right? So in inventories, what we do, we don't do the rounding. Usually you would say that, well, you will be placing 24 orders. But for now, we'll just say that we are going to be placing 23.4 orders. And if the cost of placing one order is 45, then your ordering cost for the entire year is 1053, okay? So the next cost component is the holding cost. And the idea with the holding cost is we want to find out what is the average level of inventories for the entire year. So at times we have 40 units in inventory because your order size is 40, okay? So when you receive an order, you are at 40, you sell the products over a period of time, right? So your inventory levels fall and eventually you hit zero. So at times you have as many as 40 units on hand. There are times when you don't have anything on hand. So then on average, what is the level of inventories you got, right? So on average, your inventory levels then are 20 units, okay? So you can think of the way we arrive this is you take the maximum inventories plus the minimum and the average of these two. It so happens that the maximum is 40, minimum is 0, so you get an average inventory of 20. And you are essentially going to incur inventory holding cost on 20 units, okay? So those are your annual holding cost, all right? Your annual holding cost for the entire year are going to be your average inventory levels, right? Times the cost of placing, times the cost of holding one item in inventory, okay? So then these are your average holding costs for the entire year. Now let's find the total cost for this order size for the entire year, right? So you will see this formula being shown in your formula sheet, the formula sheet that will be given to you or will be printed for you on the exam. Okay, so that's your total cost then. So all right, this is what we have so far for an order size of 40. All right, and again, I for no reason selected 40. Right, you could be you could try other order size as well. There is no reason why the order size has to be 40. It could be anything, right? So I'm going to try out a few other order sizes here. So there are a few things or a couple of things you would know. If the order sizes go up, you would know that the number of orders would fall, right? So as you place larger and larger orders, you will have to place fewer orders. Okay, so that should go down. However, your average inventory should rise, right? So that is something that you would expect to see, right? So now I'm going to do similar calculations and find the numbers for all the order sizes here. And this is what you end up getting, okay? So as you see here, based upon our work so far, it seems that the most appropriate order size is right here, because that minimizes your total inventory costs for the entire year. But we still don't know whether 80 is the best order size or not. Okay, so that is what you want to find. You want to find the right order size. Okay, so that's kind of trying to show the importance of, or trying to give you an idea of what that right order size is. So then here is the formula to find the right order size. Okay, this will be printed for you on the exam. That's the formula. I'm putting in the numbers in there. The notation is introduced on the previous slide, right? You put the numbers in and you get an order size of 75. Okay, and the order size of 75 will give you the lowest total cost for the entire year. So here is some work to show you that. Okay, here are different order sizes, and as you can see, the order size of 75 gives you the lowest total cost for the entire year. You order any less than 75, your cost goes up. You order any more than 75, your costs go up, right? So increasing cost if you order less, increasing cost if you order more. 75 is the best order size, and that is what we refer to as the economic order quantity, EOQ. Okay? All right, so next parameter here is to find the reorder point. Okay? So the idea here is your order size is 75 now, you start at 75, okay? Now when you hit 0, for example here, that is not the right time to place an order with the supplier because there is a lead time of 2 weeks, okay? So when I place an order, I have to wait for 2 weeks for the order to arrive. So what I need to do when I place an order, I should have enough inventory with me which will help me sustain the demand until the order arrives, which is 2 weeks, okay? So we know that the weekly demand is 18 and the lead time is 2 weeks. So while I wait for 2 weeks, I expect to sell 18 units per week. So I should have 36 units on hand before I place an order with the supplier. That is the reorder point, all right? And this is the formula given to you on your formula sheet. Now this term will start appearing later. This is safety stock, but at the moment we are assuming that the demand and lead time are constant. So at the moment safety stock is 0, okay? So that's how you find a reorder point. Some more parameters now related to this model based upon our work so far. So how many orders we will place, okay? And we are talking about with order size of 75. So over the entire year, you need these many products. Your order size is 75, right? So you will place an order. You will place orders equal to 12.48. Okay, and what will be the time between two orders, right? So the time between two orders, you know that you got 52 weeks in the entire year, okay? And you are going to be placing these many orders over the entire year. So 52 weeks, during 52 weeks, you are placing these many orders. So you will place one order every 4.17 weeks, all right? That's the meaning of time between two orders. Every so often, every 4.17 weeks, you will be placing an order with the supplier, and the order size would be 75, okay? So these are the various costs at EOQ. Earlier we found this cost at a trial order size of 40, but now we know that the order size of 75 is the best order size. So now I am finding these various costs at a order size of 75, right? So those are your annual ordering costs, those are your annual holding costs. And one interesting thing to note is these two costs are almost the same, only at EOQ, okay? So only when your order size is EOQ, which is 75, so at the EOQ, your ordering cost and holding cost are almost the same. So this is one check you can use while you are doing your work on the exam. So that's a brief review of the stuff we did on the first day of our class for inventories, okay? The most important thing, find EOQ, which is the economic order quantity, right? Again, what is EOQ? EOQ is that order size which minimizes your total cost of inventories for the entire year. And this is your EOQ right here, all right? So you should also be able to find these other parameters of the inventory model based upon whatever work we have done so far, all right? So that completes the review of everything that we did on the first day, okay? So now let's move on and let's talk about how to find safety stocks, all right? So first, why do you need safety stocks, right? So let's first talk about why do we need safety stocks, and then we'll see how to find safety stocks in those various situations, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this into another video session. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to have another video that will go over finding safety stocks, okay? So I hope that this will help you revise the stuff we did on day one, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for all the attention.